So, all right. So my name's Thomas Dubois, and I am grateful to be here today. It's a special day for me today for you guys, and I'll tell you why. That tomorrow I celebrate 24 years of sobriety. Really important for me, and you wouldn't have me here if I was still in my old ways 25 years ago. So, why isn't it let me spotlight Natalie and Phyllis?
Let me
Can you?
try Natalie.
Okay. I'd like to get them up here for back office type of stuff, right? And then for everybody else, when it comes to question and answer time, I got a few questions to get everybody started here. But down on reaction at the bottom of your screens is a raise hand. And when it comes to that, if you raise your hand, then we'll have some good semblance. You can use the chat as well, and we'll go through the chat eventually. And thank you, Tim. It's a big deal for me. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to start my day off and go and collect a chip, and that's what I do, guys. My passion is helping people get sobriety and stay sober, and that is what I do. If you want to get to know me outside of here, I financially support sober living homes, and today I will be doing a video about why Texit Coin is helping that out so much, and helping out anybody's passion when it comes to what they do for being passionate. Are we not allowing? Is it not allowing us to help, Natalie?
I think they have to start their videos,
Oh, okay, okay.
I
And
believe.
if they don't want to, it doesn't matter. So, Phyllis and Natalie, if you want to come on video, that's fine. You don't have to. You can unmute if you have something for us. Thank you, Mark, very much.
If
And
you
um
can
and
make me
so
co-host, because I think everyone you co-hosted is on the panel this morning. So if you'll
who
make me
who
co-host, I can help bring people in.
who are we talking about here?
Candace.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
it's Candace.
okay, uh, okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so for all of those on the panel, we are just going to be casually having some fun, and then we're going to get to a Q&A. I thought that I'd do a few questions that I threw out to these guys last night, late night, that I would start the show off with, just to get some answers, and so anybody can answer all, or I can direct any, or just however you guys want, casual fun, right? Let's have some fun with this. Okay. So first of all, thank you for allowing me to announce what's important to me, and we want to highlight what's important to you. That's why it was asked for videos to be put on, by absolutely everybody. It's not just Texit Rangers that we want videos. Like the Harpers up here in Paonia, they got a little unique idea. You guys have heard me give a testimony about them putting in all of their family members. Like they put in with the money that they get paid in commissions, they put in 3 more family members each week, and they are up to almost 50 family members. And so that is so fun and so cool. So they're actually going to do a testimony thing where they do a short testimony and then they kick it to a family member, and then that family member does a quick testimony and they're going to kick it to another family member. So make it fun, make your business fun, have fun with it, and do whatever you can to get the story out. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, is getting the story out. So I do have one question that I'm going to add to what I said to you guys. But let's start off with, and anybody, some of these questions, all of you could give a quick answer to, or whatnot. So, what do you like to tell a new person in crypto in order to join us in TXC? So, if
I'll
somebody's new to
answer.
crypto, yeah, don't be shy. Thanks, Corey.
Well, basically, I like to tell them that, the world is shifting into a digital space, a digital asset space, and that we're moving from a centralized to a decentralized space. And it's smart to get their feet wet in crypto and digital assets. So if they want to take advantage and become the new rich, crypto rich, go ahead and get started with the best company that's out there.
I love it. Love it. Hey, I tell people that if you're interested in the space, I want, there is no better place to be educated, because we are the starting place of an original blockchain, and we can start you off, and you can learn the whole process as we grow this whole process. And I like to let them know that the education is here to be had, and that they don't, they'll be so far ahead of other people as the transition comes, because it's coming as well, it's happening as we speak, and that they'll be so far ahead just in a short period of time, just being a part of Texit Coin. Education is key. Angie, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. One of the things that I like to tell people is that they have an opportunity to make complete passive income. For the first time, we can set it, forget it, and do nothing. However, if they choose, they have an opportunity to share this with the world. And why wouldn't they not want to? And then I kind of, let them know about that opportunity that they can earn between $1,000 and $3,000. So it's enough to get them a little curious, and then they can decide based on, facts of what they want to do. Set it, forget it, or share it with the world.
You betcha. You betcha. Thank you. Anybody else on this subject?
I'll say something here. I share with people that it's the safest place to learn about cryptocurrency, and I say that truly because there's so many people out there that are not familiar with crypto, and this is new to, and if they want a safe space as well as a supportive team that they can really learn about crypto from day one to all the way to actually getting it back into their bank account, it's a great place to do it.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead.
I like to share my story from when I first started, not knowing anything, and what I did to just try to dip into the waters. And then as I'm telling my story and giving them comfort, then I also let them know that with Texit Coin, we're also a community that helps one another, and they'll never be left behind. So if they, from the smallest question, we'll always find a way to help them through it.
And what a beautiful thing that we get to throw out to them now, that at least till the end of this year, until we vote again, that 4 days a week we are offering something to do with all about crypto. What do you do to help the brand new person get started in crypto? What is your first couple of things that every one of them you do? Herschel, let me start that one with you.
I may be a little different, but for me, and I'm gonna kind of dovetail off of the first question, anybody that I'm talking to, 9 times out of 10, especially for the new people, right, that know nothing, I start out with whether you understand crypto, whether you don't understand crypto, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, does not matter. Cryptocurrency, blockchain technology is here, and it's not going anywhere. And it will be a part of your everyday life, whether you like it or not. Matter of fact, it's already becoming that behind the scenes in a lot of places. We all, at some point, are going to have to learn how to maneuver in that space. Whether we decide to invest or not, doesn't matter. We still have to know how to operate within that space. However, we all like to earn. Here is a way that you can get started in the grand scheme of things relatively with a small amount of money, less than $1,000. You can position yourself for a lifetime of income. The amount of income, I can't tell you what that's going to be long term. But to really understand crypto, you're plugging yourself into the core, the backbone of what it is all designed to be, the blockchain. So by getting started with an actual blockchain project, You're learning, like some of the others said, from the base, from the core. With that, you're able to then, follow along and learn more and more over time. However, to get started, I always recommend that we set up an exchange account somewhere, an exchange account. That's going to be our on-ramp and potentially our off-ramp. Second, we want to make sure that we set up a DeFi wallet somewhere. Doesn't really matter where, as long as you own the 12-word seed phrase, which means you control the assets. So we're going to have a crypto account that's like what you're familiar with your bank. And then we're going to walk you through setting up your own bank so that you can control all of your assets. And this is what your future, this is what that process is going to look like. And we can move at your pace.
Beautiful. 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 I knew I started with you for a reason on that one. Angie, come on and give us something.
Okay. There I am. Okay. So one of the things that I like to do is make it very simple, and that is I have a copy and paste. It's like a little script that has our hub that shows them where they can plug into our chat. Our chat, messenger chat that we have. We have a website where we have everything in one place. Where they can log into their back office. It also has an Excel spreadsheet, a document. So it takes them and walks them through everything. And then once they've got settled in and they can see I also have a video in there that shows them how to have successful three-way chats, how to recruit. There's scripts in there to send out to people. It's all in one place. It's literally a copy and paste. So that way they can pass that on to their people as they bring them in, and it's a duplicatable process. So it makes it very simple. And then once they get in and they get to watch all the videos and start asking questions once they're in the chat group, then I make time with them to set them up also with, the wallets and explain how to do that with them as well, and physically walk them through that. It's a little bit of a process, but I want to try to make it as easy as I can for everybody.
So they have something that they can exactly go through. And each of us with some of these next questions are going to be a little bit different because we have different favorite platforms and things like that. But I just send everybody to Andrea. So
Just not this week.
Yeah, just not this week. Yeah. So just kidding. But in the past, that was a lot of what we did was we funneled it through Andrea. She'd help people get set up, and that's that there is some truth to that, but that's changed and JG as we speak. Okay, anybody else on that quick question?
Angie, is there any chance you could share that? I would love to have a really concise, duplicatable something like that for new people.
Absolutely. I'll put it in the chat group so that you guys can all have that.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
And then it's also real important to make it your own.
Yes.
With different chat groups and whatnot, as she directs to
Yes.
her.
Good
Okay.
point, because you can edit it. So when you go into the Google Doc for the spreadsheet, for example, just go up to the top on the file and click on create copy so that it is your own, and then you can edit it. And then you'll also be able to see my videos and training as well. So by all means, you're more than welcome to it.
Awesome, thanks.
Okay. All right.
I also know that Angie, you were the greatest one this past week at the Ranger call when you brought it up, that there is so much information out there right now with everybody trying to create so many different things that I know that this weekend with this new Ranger group that's coming through, they're attempting to do something that's going to be concise for all of us so that the
Right.
message is getting out there equally in the same verbiage, not the same verbiage so much, but just the same information. So there's not misinformation out there, because there is so much available to us. You go on YouTube, you go here, you go there. And thank you for bringing that up at the Ranger call, because I think that that will be coming out very soon.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, me and Sarah actually talked about what the other last night, I think it was, about putting something out that had on our that Sarah had on her mind and on her heart. And I said, you know what, let's get through this weekend and see what they put out, and then proceed as well. So I ask everybody to kind of hold your peace for a second as we see what Tim and them are putting out, and then we make that our own too, you know. So if you're getting Angie's, and she's so gracious to post, as we all post everything for everybody, but make things your own, you know, because like guiding your team to Angie's stream, if it's something, you know, might be you know, separate from what Sarah's teaching or separate from what Herschel's teaching. And so make everything your own. No lines in the sand here, that's for sure. Okay. Okay. What platform is your guys' favorite? This is a quick round. We can go all the way around the panel.
I'll start. I love, you mean as far as exchanges and
Anything
wallets?
for buying and selling crypto?
Right now, crypto.com. I just downloaded Uphold, so I'm anxious to use that. My two favorite wallets are MetaMask and Exodus.
Okay.
Mine are because I'm established. Once you're established, is Coinbase my go-to, crypto.com for getting somebody in quickly, and then MetaMask for my DeFi wallet.
Crypto.com, and I'm starting to like the MoonPay with Venmo and Exodus.
Yeah, I was able to buy 5,000 worth with MoonPay, then with my Venmo balance yesterday, and so it's at least one of my go-tos for some each day, and then I jump around to others. But my favorite of all wallets for easeability of swapping and trading and sending and paying into is Exodus for me. But go ahead.
For me, you all know that I like MoonPay. So I actually, sometimes even purchase ahead of time just so that I have it in there in case anybody needs any help. And then I use my Edge wallet, which I love their customer service. They're very good at getting back to you right away and literally walking you through if you have any questions. So those are my two goes.
Herschel.
My primary DeFi wallet is Clever.
Nice.
But I do all of my for storing my assets. I do most of my DeFi work with MetaMask. And as far as exchanges are concerned, crypto.com has, for the longest period of time, been the easiest that I have seen for the most amount of people. If it's not crypto.com for a new person, I'm going to Coinbase. I don't use Coinbase. I don't necessarily like Coinbase, but they do their job.
Awesome. Somebody just asked about Tangem on there. We have a whole training from Corey on the Tangem wallet. So go scroll up on WhatsApp or ask for your that training, and if anybody has it that where they can grab it and post it for him or her. The Tangem wallet is a cold storage wallet that we have a full training on. Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll post it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, dear. Okay. Okay.
Time's up.
Now let's start transitioning into Texit Coin and whatnot. What sets Texit Coin apart, and what excites you about TXC?
Oh, the ways.
One of the things I can say, having been in the crypto space for a good amount of time, is that it is very rare that as individual investors, if you will, that you get a chance to participate directly with a blockchain, unless you're some techie that knows how to, connect and buy the right computers and equipment and things of that nature to mine that token, but be associated with the actual blockchain itself. This is the first time I've had that opportunity. Everything else was a project built on top of an already established blockchain.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For me,
Go ahead.
a few things for me, like Herschel, I've been in crypto for a long time. I've seen everything. For the first time on US soil, that I can physically point to. I can point to the mines, I can point to the billboards, I can point to the airports, I can point to the sponsorships. You can't dispute that. And that's one thing I love, and that's one of the reasons we're growing so fast. And a second thing is the timing of this all is, if you know anything about timing, especially in the crypto space with a real project, real technology, and real leaders, you're in the right place at the right time. And this doesn't happen but once or twice a lifetime. So that's something that I love about Texit Coin. And out of anything I've ever been in, network marketing or crypto, this is the easiest thing to share because of those reasons.
Mm.
Transparency is
Yeah.
my favorite thing. With any project that I've been in the past, we've always had to play guessing games. Okay, what's really going on? Are they really real? But guess what? We have a couple of things. Tuesday night that we address the miners and Bobby's transparency with all of his articles. So on your resource page and on help.mindtxc.com. But also remember this one for some of those with covering things is mindtxc.com/statistics. Statistics. Yeah, that word. That word. Okay.
I'm
Anybody
right
else?
there with you, Thomas. I think the transparency is huge and the authenticity. You know, having been to Thailand and Vegas and been around quite a few of the rangers and the people that are involved in this community. I come from the personal development arena, so I'm a firm believer that what you put out there, you attract. And because Bobby is so transparent and so authentic, that the people I have run into, now I'm not saying 100% of everybody is like this. You got 4,700 people, or 47,000 people, you're going to have a bad egg once in a while. But, I think it's the people, for me, the community, the support, like with Angie. I mean, I love working with Angie, and we're not even on the same team, and the Hummels and all the people that I've met. All I have to do is reach out, and the relationships that we're creating are just phenomenal. And I'm a big relationship person, so that's what I love about it. The transparency, though, and Bobby just makes it so easy to really believe in this and trust, and it really feels good in my gut that I have so much confidence that this is really our future.
Well, I have to
Love.
say that I agree with everybody, because they're all just such great reasons to be a part of Texit. But mainly is I got to meet Bobby personally. I mean, where can we don't even know who's behind Bitcoin, right? There's no website. There's nowhere that you can reach out to somebody and ask questions and get support. And the community, like you said, Sarah, has just been absolutely amazing. The friendships that we've built, and we are literally holding on to each other and taking each other to the top, because we all win. And the way this platform is designed is to help encourage each other because of the point system. As you help somebody else, obviously we all win. And so I just, there's not one thing that I don't like about Texit. I absolutely love this platform, and it's been the easiest thing I've ever promoted. You know, I've done everything you can imagine, from supplements to makeup to clothes to TikTok influencer, Amazon influencer. And people don't always care about losing weight or makeup, but everybody cares about money. And if you have an opportunity to make it in your sleep, that's even better. And then you have an opportunity to bless others by sharing it with people. I mean, who could ask for more? This has just been such an amazing experience. I just absolutely love Texit.
I have to
Absolutely.
agree 1,000% with all that, the transparency. And I think joining Texit after being in so many other different crypto projects, it really opens your eyes to realize when somebody brings another opportunity to you and it's crypto, you can compare what you're doing with Texit and then make a real educated decision if it's something you really want to do or not.
Bill, let's start you with this next one. Why is it important to become crypto independent?
Unmute yourself, Bill. With worried lips.
I think he's doing that on purpose. No,
Trying-
no.
You
Good
woke him
morning.
up.
Yeah.
Good morning. You know, I think I'd start off with the main reason is because it's the future, and we have to take our steps to be ahead of the curve. And then what kind of passion do we have to help others, bring others along with us? And, you know, like what Andrea said, just mentioned, is that if you haven't been with different companies like Andrea, you know, Angie and a bunch, you don't know how to judge the transparency. People, for the most part, don't understand transparency. And and so you kind of have to walk them through that. And I forgot your question, Thomas.
Why is it important to become crypto independent?
Because I want to be lazy.
Hey,
No,
all fun intended, but that's good.
No, it's when you're crypto
Independent.
efficient and dependent. One, you can travel the world and you can carry your little sticker coin with you, and you can have currency no matter where you're at without government restrictions. It's also that I'm not working for a rigged system, a system that takes your dreams away from you. And so those are a couple of the other things. And you could just look around, good people working hard and getting nowhere. And like on the call last night, you cannot outwork inflation.
Right. Anybody else on crypto independence?
I'm just going to say plain and simple. It's just that you have control of your own money. I think we're all tired of having banks letting us know what we can and can't do with our money. And so with crypto, you know, with the push of a button, you can send as much as you want anywhere in the world, and you can decide what you want to do with it.
Yes. Anybody else? How about because we're in a crypto company?
Minor detail.
That's a given.
Well, you know, Thomas, that is so true. It's like, you know, what I tell people, first of all, especially with this is your money. I am not your financial planner. I am not your accountant. I am not your tax consultant. And it's really important to follow your money. And because I guarantee you that the majority of people probably check their bank account every day. You know, why would you not want to follow crypto and be independent with it and learn about it? I mean, I've been involved with you for how many years? 8 years, something like that, with crypto projects, and I'm still learning. And I love it. And I've been so appreciative of these trainings. So It's you know, it's a never-ending process, and it's a journey, and yeah, so I think it's our future.
I think I want to hit some. I want to put our two assistants for the teams on the spot real quick. Why is it? What are you guys seeing of why it's important for people to start that journey, learn that journey? Because I'm sure that you see more problems or more difficulty with people that aren't trying to plug themselves in to getting crypto independent. So Natalie and Phyllis, Natalie, we'll start with you. If you guys could give us so guys, this is from the back office coming at you to help you to know how to be the best Texit person you can be. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's important to learn this just so you can become more self-sufficient, prevent a lot of errors because it can happen and then it just bottlenecks you. So the quicker you learn it, the more faster you can go and enroll people. And so, excuse me. So yeah, I think this group is fantastic for that. And you just got to tap in. So
Beautiful, beautiful. Phyllis, thank you.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is people are overcoming fears. There's a lot of fear in the crypto space because it is so new. But when we are able to walk them through the process and take time with them, then they become more independent and are taking off those blinders and wanting to learn more a little bit at a time because they know that they want to be able to do things for themselves and not be so dependent on us to do it for them. So I'm seeing that more. In the past, I've been in crypto for 6 years, almost, in a lot of projects where everybody wants you to do it for them, and then they know absolutely nothing. And what I'm seeing here is that people are wanting to know how to do things, have taken that leap into learning the process for themselves. And this is a great place for people to learn that.
Empowering. It's empowering to them
That's the
all.
word.
Yes. So we are the vessels of empowerment here 4 days a week, Tuesday through Friday, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and real early for Sarah. So
You know, Thomas, I just want to add something really quick. You know, one thing
please.
I share with people is I know that crypto can be very intimidating for a lot of people. And to acknowledge that and to let people understand that you understand that as well, because we all have to start somewhere. And I say to them, it's like having a new job. You know, did you go through training to learn this new job? Did you have to learn about online banking?
Good
And
point.
so, you know, to really break it down simply for people to really be compassionate about them grasping it, because we all have a different learning capability and a style. And if we can learn what their style is, excuse me, then you know, it's important that we are also understanding about it. Ask Andrea where I was.
Oh,
at the
sorry, you just reminded me of something for the newest person that wants to really understand like crypto. It was the 60-minute TV episode with Barbara Walters, then pays a coin. If you want to really see how important what cryptocurrency is going to be like, that's the one to watch.
The 60 minutes Pesa, M-Pesa?
Yeah, the M-Pesa.
M-Pesa. Yeah, look that up. It's a short clip. That's how we built 15 years ago. We played that 60 minutes because it shows it being used in a third world country, and it shows how quick how way ahead of Kenya is so far advanced to us. so far in the
That's
crypto
the video
space.
that sold me to cryptocurrency. It was
Right.
that video. I watched it 3 times and I said, that's it. I got to do this because it's coming.
Andrea, how
Yeah.
do you spell that?
EMPAZA, I think.
Yeah.
And I just
Just for
wanted to
someone.
add
I'll try to find it.
to the both of those lovely ladies' comments there that just like anything that you're passionate about, if it's making money, which I know that's why everybody's sitting in this room right now is to make money and to do whatever you want with that money. But for me, it's if I'm passionate about something, if it's personal development, if it's cooking, if it's playing sports, what do? You go research it. You encompass yourself, you surround yourself with that information, you soak it in, and you live, breathe, and eat it, right? So instead of Netflix and chill, your crypto and like immersing yourself in that information, you go onto YouTube or you go onto podcasts or you go into our training replays and you just keep playing it and you keep soaking it in. And that's 13 years ago. That's when crypto wasn't even really mainstream yet, but that's how I learned. And then I started doing it. Like, like Sarah said, opening up a bank account for the first time was pretty scary for me, and but it's like I say, it's walking into a new room, getting your bearings, doing it, doing it, doing it. Just spend the time. I mean, you want to make that money, you want to be crypto rich. That's why you're here. We're here to guide you, but you're here to, run a business. And, we've got a Guam team here that just started and they're on fire because they want to pass this knowledge on to the next person. They want to teach one, reach one, teach one, and do the same. And so they're diving in and it's all new to them. But guess what? They're soaking it up, soaking it up.
Nice. That's a great example. Well, okay, so I would like to give if you can raise your hand. I have one question to end us out here probably. But let's see when it comes to crypto independence or Texit coin and the building thereof, or understanding Texit coin's coin or blockchain or whatever. We'll do our best on here, but know that Tuesday through Friday we knock this out of the park. And if you guys liked this today, we'll make it a little bit more advanced, maybe next Friday or something. But I don't know. Asking the panel to get together once a week is probably a lot. Because it's different than when one person takes a training on a Tuesday, one on a Wednesday, one on a Thursday, but getting everybody to come on the same day, that's asking a lot out of leadership. So we might do this every couple of weeks type of thing until the end of the year, but Tuesday through Friday till the end of the year. I want to say something before I go to questions, but you can start raising your hand if you have a question. Please raise your hand first. Yesterday or Wednesday on the Ranger call, I'm just going to tell you that everybody opening up their mic and just talking, it upset me because I had my hand up from the very beginning of that call, and I didn't get a chance to talk once. And so please try to raise your hand on the reaction. With the reaction, and then we'll get to your questions. But I want to say, guys, only 1,500 people left to 50,000. So if you want your people to be able to participate in BOGO, meaning getting paid double what you're worth, no, double what you're worth, that didn't come out right. By getting paid double on so let's say you made a 3 and 3 this week and you choose hash. If you want to get paid BOGO, which is 2,000 instead of 1,000 in hash power, they have to be in the next 1,500 people. After that, they will never get that opportunity again. Now, all of us are grandfathered into that, but there is a sense of urgency today and tomorrow. That will be fulfilled this week. Okay, so that will be fulfilled by Sunday, in my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, so somebody raised their hand. Mr. Jeffrey Marston, go ahead.
Yeah, just a real quick question for the panel. Absolutely great presentation. Appreciate you all. You all looking beautiful and sexy out there. What are some of the best platforms that you, the panel, use in the social media sharing of Texit Coin?
Go ahead.
Word of mouth.
Anybody?
Our Rolodex.
Scared y'all. I love
Yeah,
it.
for me, word of mouth is definitely the most effective as far as reaching out personally to people. That's 90% of my business. The other 10% is what I call shotgun marketing, which is posting on my Facebook, Instagram, and just verifying and giving validity to Texit Coin. So the more you're out there showing people what you do and consistently posting, that puts in their mind, oh, okay, this thing must be working if he keeps posting about it. And then it gives like Thomas and Sarah and Angie validity because, you know, the more they're seeing it out there, the more they're like, oh, okay. But by far, and I saw just to tail end on that, I saw somebody post in there, you know, what do you say to recruit people? I don't say much of anything, to be honest. Like I say like a quick 30-second blurb, and my most effective thing is I pick up the phone, I record a message, say, hey Angie, this is Corey, man. I'm so excited. Like seriously, I'm like, I have goosebumps right now. You got to call me, or you just I can send you a 5-minute video if you're around and you can watch it. Can I go ahead and send that? That's it. And I'm not explaining the business. But it's so important that you let our videos do the work. But as far as social media, use that as your tool for shotgun marketing, but reach out to people. They want to hear your excitement. They want to feel the passion.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, you know, I'm so old school, you know, Facebook and Pac-Man are my limit, you know. So, but, you know, as far as just talking to people, just being yourself, watch your posture, you know, because that is so, you know, that is what sells. And I don't look at it as a sales thing. I'm totally there with Corey. You know, just be yourself and have your excitement stuff. Don't throw up on people. But, you know, social media to me is so new. And, you know, and I was bugged during Thailand to really get even on Facebook. And I posted something not too long ago that I was going to start posting on Facebook. And I was afraid of it for some reason because that's just not my style. So you have to honor your style. And I love Angie's posts, for example. She's awesome with Facebook and social media. And, you know, and don't be afraid to steal stuff from people that are on Facebook if you're a Facebook user, you know, because there's some great information, there's some great posts and stuff. But for me, Facebook is probably my limit, but my mouth is probably my greatest social media.
Can I let me jump real quick on, I think that coming up with our next phases, that LinkedIn is going to be very important when we talk about getting businesses and going B2B and things like that. So I'm going to change my presence on LinkedIn. I haven't played with LinkedIn for a while, but I'm going to revamp my bio on there, and I'm going to address a different market than I was addressing, because you can choose and go a lot of directions with LinkedIn and focus who's getting your information. And so I strongly suggest that we saturate that market as well. Anybody else?
Yeah, I use Facebook and TikTok. With Facebook, not only posting on, you know, my general feed, but in the reels is really important. You know, you just put a little music that kind of matches the theme of what your reel is about, and that kind of helps me see who's watching my reels on a regular daily basis. The other thing I want to point out is I also try not to just post only about Texit. I want people to understand that I'm a real person, I have a real life. And so, you know, I'll post about places that we go or things that my husband and I are doing or family things. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a Christian and I give glory to God in everything I do, and you'll see it on my post. And so it's not all just about sales, although you'll see quite a bit of Texit on there as well. And the other one really good tip I want to give you is that if you can create a post that is an intriguing post without even necessarily mentioning the company name, then that gets people interested and it gives them an opportunity to reach out to you because they want to know what it is that you're trying to share without telling them the name of the company. And then I would also send cold messages to people that are on my Facebook feed or following me that aren't necessarily already in crypto, and I'll send them a little script along with the pathway to $16, and just tell them how exciting this has been. And then I recently just started sending my testimonial video, and I'm telling you, it is working like a charm. So, and then I do videos or go live sometimes in TikTok as well. So don't be afraid to be in front of the camera, guys, and just be yourself. People are attracted to you being authentic. So they seem to be working.
Absolutely. Questions? Either in the chat or raise your hand, and we're got about 10 more minutes to the hour, and we'll stop at the hour. It looks like we got Tim on there with a hand raised. Let's start there, and then we'll go to Miguel.
Yes, so this is a question about Facebook. I just recently signed up a friend of mine with Sarah's help. Thank you, Sarah, for all that you do. And I wanted to direct this to Corey and Angie about Facebook. I'm not involved with Facebook per se. I used to be, but not so much now. And where can I find really good guidelines? He wants to utilize that, or should I just have him look you up and maybe watch what you've done? What do you recommend?
Definitely.
Well, I would recommend.
Okay.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say for people that are new on Facebook and don't have a following yet, I would suggest reaching out to maybe even some groups that might be related to networking, even in your own community, your own city, your own town, things like that. And sometimes Facebook will also, on the phone, not on the laptop, but on the phone, it will give you suggestions of people to friend. And I would definitely every day I add to my friends list by my Facebook suggestions. And then, you are more than welcome to copy and paste anything that I do on my feed. The only thing I would suggest is that when you do that is to put it in Chat GPT and just say to rewrite this post, then paste it, and it'll just change the words up a little bit because Facebook will push it much more if it's not a complete copy and paste, if that makes sense, right? So you want to be able to get that out there and still have the same general message, but not have it be exactly the same.
Okay, and I just want to interject that he does know a lot about Facebook. He's been on it for a long time. He just wanted to make sure he's not violating any Texit rules or regulations or restrictions.
We
the
don't
only
have
thing
any
I would
written
suggest
rules.
is not to use the word invest,
Right.
because you don't want to feel like you're talking about ROI or any guarantees like that. And usually what I also try to do is when I create a post is I will put a disclaimer at the bottom that, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and past projections do not guarantee future proceeds. Do your own research. And when I do that, I notice that Facebook tends to allow my posts to go up, because there have been times when I forgot to do that and I got, a violation from Facebook because they were saying I'm making an income claim or something like that. And with income claims also, I would probably try to stay away from those. But if you do post something on an income claim that you're not claiming that this is something that anybody else can do, you're coming across more that this is your personal experience. So you're sharing that as your personal experience, not that you're trying to state to somebody that this is what they can expect from, your proceeds to be theirs, because everything can vary.
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah,
go
and-
ahead real quick. And then Phyllis,
Yeah.
I know you're on the panel and you got your hand up, so I am going to go to you next because maybe I'm missing something there. But as a panel member, interject if you can. But go ahead, Corey.
Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, real quick, Tim. Don't don't make it salesy. Like I see a lot of posts out there and they sound like a sales pitch. I would just straight up ignore it. Like when I see people posting their opportunities, I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Make it personal and make it genuine, make it authentic. If you have to use Chat GPT, definitely do it, but make it in your own voice. And then every so often, like Angie said, do a Facebook Live or do something like a personal image or something that like people can relate to. That's what social media is. People want to relate to that. And getting started out, if he's in our if he's in a group or something or for friends and family, just have him reach out to some people and say, "Hey, do you mind just commenting on my post?" Because that will kick in some algorithms, and that's what social media is all about, is the algorithm. And just make sure he also is going out and commenting on other people's social media, because Facebook looks as that as social. Like if, okay, Tim's out there commenting on other people's posts, okay, let's return the favor here. So that's just a couple of little tidbits there.
All right, thank you both. I appreciate that.
Phyllis, go ahead and unmute and give it to us.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question to the panel. It was a question that was posed to me the other day, and it's about on-ramping in the state of New York. Is anyone familiar? I know Coinbase is one, but are there any other exchanges in the state of New York that miners there can use to on-ramp?
People in New York able to use Cash App.
Cash App? Is that
That
a
had,
question?
well, I didn't know if you was in New York or not, but Cash App, and I know a lot of people don't pay attention to it, but to be able to go and easily connect your bank account or whatever and load Cash App and be able to, buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, then it comes down to showing a person how to convert it into whatever they need. But that has been one of the easiest processes early on. Before crypto.com ever came on the scene, Cash App was it for me. The only difference is you're not going to be able to move large amounts of money, but the average person, by coming in, buying one or two miners or spots, Cash App works in my experience.
Yeah. Does that help? Anybody else got any ideas for New York because they have those restrictions? Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Then I will do some research on that for you as well, Phyllis, and see what I can find out. I think that's a perfect thing for Chat GPT, by the way. I would search on that one. Hey, what do these crazy New Yorkers know that we don't know? And then
Kraken is there too, right? As an exchange. Then I'll be honest, it's hit and miss. I've worked with some people. I could have two people in New York that go through and use a third party, like through one of the DeFi wallets, to just buy on the spot with their debit card. I could have two people. One it let buy, and the other one it may not let buy. So it's kind of hit and miss, but it's just the regulations there are a little different.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we got some good teams growing there. So might also another thing might be on the Telegram channel to find the right channel, the right grouping, and ask what people are doing for New York there. Miguel, you got a question for us?
Oh, well, gosh, you guys, wow, lots of golden goose nuggets here. Wouldn't you agree? I would say, I just signed up a guy that's a LinkedIn expert, and I'm going to be working with him. And, he was telling me it's all about the messaging. And I've had a tendency to, with my excitement and enthusiasm, to just throw it out there. And we've got to be authentic with our curiosity and create that curiosity, because people are busy, and we've got to I've found to get more creative with that curiosity promoting messaging in such a way that grabs people. And I think, like people were saying, make it personal, and come from your heart and be authentic. There's something else I was going to say, but anyway, I just, lots of great nuggets here. So I think, without being intrusive to others, to get creative with your authentic self, I think I hope that's not too woo woo for you.
No, and that's what we love about you, because you are a very authentic self, and we just love you as a part of this team. Mr. Schubert, why don't you come on? Since Miguel sponsored you, you might as well follow him up.
Thanks, Thomas. I just was wondering if the crew here, when they're initially like going out there and talking to people, if they target specific people, if they look at people as, oh, this person could be a good builder, or this person might just be, there's like sort of a spectrum there. I'm finding, like, some people are really resistant, and I talk to them for like a month or two, and then finally they pull the trigger and they're like, well, really, Carly, I'm doing this kind of really just because I trust you. And it tells me I haven't really told the full story, because they're doing it for me instead of for their own benefit here. But then on the other hand, there's people that are like, oh yeah, I see this and I want to do this and I want to build it. And so I don't know, like, maybe you guys just say it, the same story to everyone. I don't know. I guess it's a question about targeting, really, to specific groups or people.
Can I address that first?
Sure. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, Carly, I think one of the biggest challenges that it's human nature to prejudge. And we have to be very careful about that. What I have found is there are people that get out there and, oh, they have so much money, or, oh, they are really big investors, or, oh, they don't have any money at all, or they don't know anybody, blah, blah, blah. I think the biggest challenge is that we don't ask enough questions about what people really are looking for. Are you looking for an extra income? Do you understand? I mean, it's just really, they say, we have to show how much we care instead of trying to sell somebody something and doing it for us. If you come from a space of really helping them and knowing that you're truly offering an opportunity, you never know who's going to turn around. I mean, there are people that have been in it. Actually, Mitchell, if I remember correctly, his testimony, he's one of the top producers in the company. And Angie, you can support me on this, is that he was a retired undercover cop, if I remember correctly. And he said he was in this for like 30 to 60 days before he even opened his mouth. And then now look at him. I mean, he's amazing.
None of
And
us would be here without him.
yeah, exactly. And you never, never know. So I think the biggest challenge that we have is prejudgment. So, I always encourage my people, don't think that somebody is going to be a major enroller and put all your, all your efforts into them, when that person, you never know, those golden little nuggets that are hidden. They say, you're going to find a diamond in the rough. So you never, never know. And I think that that's the biggest thing, and not to give up on dripping, but dripping doesn't look like every single day. There are people that are dripping, like every single day, and it's annoying to people. So dripping looks like every few days, maybe once a week. And if somebody doesn't respond to me, I actually will say to them, I'll leave a message and I actually say, listen, I know I've been dripping on you for a while. I know you're busy. However, I would really really like it if you would respond to me so that I don't waste your time or my time. And what that does is it actually puts the responsibility back on them to respond to you. And I guarantee you, I get a response almost every time I leave that message.
Call to action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's
and
good, Sarah.
so,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is, Carly, is the prejudgment. We get into a human nature of prejudging, and do your very best, because we want people to see things our way. And I find that, no offense, but I find that more among the men. And I don't know why. I think it's because women are more emotional, and I just have had that experience, that are, we may be a little more patient. I don't
Can
know.
I add a little bit to what you're saying, Sarah?
Sure.
Okay, because it's an energy that comes off if I need this person. If I only had this guy,
Yeah.
if this guy's been in crypto forever, he would be perfect for us. People don't want to be your answer. You need to be their answer. Okay. People, I tell this story often. I was just about to hit the top level of a company. I had one more cell to go. I sat at the table with this lady. She was sitting across from me. She was a head of Optimist Club and all of these, head of everything in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, man. And I had her as a cell. We had 3 pieces of paperwork to fill out at the time. I was on the 3rd piece of paperwork. She needed to put her social security number down, and I was going to be a double platinum in this company. I was going to be the top of the top. And guess what? I shifted to I need you instead of her needing me for her businesses. And she didn't sign up, and she never signed up till this day. So, but she had 3 pieces of paperwork filled out, ready to go, but my energy shifted to I need you instead of you need me. So if you're dripping on people with an attitude of how great it would be to have them in your team, or even if that's your mentality, is there comes the questions from Sarah that she talked about, is what it will do for them, what they want to do for them. And if they are big leaders, concentrate on what it will do for their people. That's something. But I will tell you that I call it one of the phases of paralysis of analysis is when somebody, I get these calls every single day. I got this big hitter. My story ain't changing for a big hitter. It just isn't changing.
Yeah.
So but I love that. I love that you recognize the specialness of, and I'm not talking to you, Core. I mean, to anybody specific, on this, Mr. Schubert, not at all. I'm talking to everybody that I do the same thing. I get excited about, oh gosh, I built a huge business with Tony Dunn, and now he's part of my business, whatever the case may be. 90% of the time when I do that and I'm counting on them, they don't do anything. The ones you think will, won't. The ones you think won't, will. Can't say the right thing to the wrong person. Can't say the wrong thing to the right person. I'll never forget the story of somebody joining a business and somebody gave him a blank tape. That person was so excited to give him the blank tape. The next day he came into the hotel lobby and signed up, and it was a blank tape. He was just excited that how the guy gave him the blank tape, So it's also, nothing happens until you're excited.
Can I add something to that real quick?
Come on, girl, because I'll keep going for hours. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that, I give every single person an opportunity because I see it as a blessing, and I want to bless everybody that walks past my way, right? Whether it's a waitress, I leave my business card at every restaurant we go to and give that opportunity to her. I was on a Zoom call the other day. My husband comes running in out of breath, and he said, "I need your business card. Where's your business card?" And I said, what's the matter? He said, "The UPS guy's outside." And so, we take every opportunity. He calls me when he takes his our water to get filtered or to get measured, for chemicals. chemicals at Leslie's pools. And he's like, send me a video. I'm over here at Leslie's pools. So don't ever assume that somebody may not be interested, because you never know who you're going to come across or who they know.
Yeah.
But it's a blessing to everybody. And when you feel like you are sharing the wealth and the blessing, as opposed to looking at it as what am I going to gain by the person who's going to help build my team, it's a completely different energy that you're giving off. So
Totally.
yes.
Yeah.
And it creates less questions too. It's about blessing this person, not about trying to figure out the technology behind blockchain and boobily doobly, right? So
Right.
and you can use my language anytime you want. So
I just want to
go ahead, Phyllis. Go ahead,
add
Phyllis.
something to that. I had my floor, my floors had to be replaced because I had a slab leak, and I had guys in and out. And the guy who came initially, the contractor, he was measuring, walking through the house, and he was measuring, and he came out of my room, and I had he said, Texit coin, what's this about Texit coin? And he saw my Texit t-shirt over my back. And then he started asking me about it. He said, I've been seeing the billboards around here for 6 months, and I keep kicking myself. So he and I have established a relationship, and he's coming in. But all of the guys that were here working, I gave them all cards. I mean, I didn't. Everyone needs to be blessed. So I didn't say, oh no, he won't listen. He won't listen. I just gave it to everybody, and some will, some won't. But at least I shared.
Awesome. We are coming up on time. I'd like to try to keep these at an hour each time. But and also it's deadline Friday, and we have 1,500 people that need to be our people. So, did I say that out loud? Our people need to be in. The next 1,500 need to be in this crew that's on this call. So, Andrea, I don't know why, but it's on my heart. Can you just give us some words of wisdom as somebody that's helped a ton of people in this industry? And I have ideas now for other panels, by the way, of like just a one time on just objections and things like that. So there's different things that we can play around with here. Tuesday through Friday, you never know what you're going to get. If you're a leader that wants to teach this coming up week, and you have a platform or a subject or a crypto experience that you want to share about that will help this community, please text me and reach out to me, because we need more people for next week right now, and let's fill those up. Andrea, will you end this out and take us out of here today?
Happy Friday, everybody. Day before the end of the week, 1,500 people left. Let's go bless some lives. Remember, holiday time, people are in need right now. They need to make extra money. See who you can reach out and give them a little bit more hope before 2026 comes, and let them experience what we're all getting ready to experience. So happy Friday. Let's go fill the 1,500 seats and keep the day going, and have a great weekend.